Hey coin collectors, welcome back to my channel today. We explore the value of specific coins, the top 4 most valuable US Abraham wheat penny coins valued in today's market. So let's get started. First up, the 1952 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark in damaged condition. How much is it worth in today's market? First off, let's talk about the 1952 wheat penny itself. This coin was produced during a time when the US was still using the iconic wheat design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse. Now, the particular coin we are focusing on today is a 1952 penny with no mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. But what makes this one stand out is its damaged condition. We're talking about coins with visible wear, scratches, dents, or other signs of age. Typically, coin values are heavily influenced by their condition, with grading systems ranging from good to mint state. But what happens when a coin like this one is in damaged condition? Even in damaged condition, a 1952 wheat penny can still hold some value. On average, a 1952 wheat penny in poor or damaged condition is worth between 3 to 10 cents. While that may not sound like a huge amount, it's important to remember that the market value of damaged coins often depends on the severity of the damage and the demand among collectors. For example, a 1952 penny in good or even fine condition could fetch anywhere between 5 to 20 cents. And if it's in great shape, it could be worth a bit more, up to 50 cents or even $1. But once that coin has significant damage, its value takes a hit. Some collectors are still willing to pay more for damaged coins, depending on rarity, historical significance, or if it has a unique characteristic. But in general, a 1952 wheat penny with damage will likely be worth just a few cents, rather than the larger sums that pristine examples might fetch. To get a more accurate value, it's always a good idea to take your coins to a professional dealer or appraiser, especially if you suspect you've got something rare or unusual, even if it's damaged." Unquote. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. But here's the catch. It's in dirty condition. How does dirt affect its value? Let's start by taking a look at the coin itself. This is a 1956 wheat penny, a popular piece from the era of Lincoln cent, with the famous wheat stalks on the reverse. What makes this one particularly interesting is that it has no mint mark, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia. Now, as you can see, this coin is in what we would call a dirty condition. It's not too unusual to find older coins with dirt, grime, or tarnish, especially if they've been sitting in a jar or change drawer for years. But how much does that affect the coin's value? First, let's talk about coin cleaning. It's important to note that cleaning a coin can often decrease its value. Coins are typically valued by their natural patina, and cleaning them could remove that original character. But what about coins that are dirty but haven't been cleaned? In today's market, a 1956 wheat penny in dirty condition, meaning with dirt, tarnish, or visible grime, still carries value, but it is lower than a clean, well-preserved example. On average, a 1956 wheat penny with no mint mark in dirty condition could be worth anywhere from 2 to 5 cents. It's not much, but it's still worth more than face value. Of course, if you choose to carefully clean the dirt off, you might improve its appearance. But remember, cleaning can often lead to losing its collector appeal, so proceed with caution. If this penny were in a much better condition, say in fine or very fine state, it could be worth upwards of 10 to 20 cents or even more depending on its grade. So, while dirt doesn't help, it also doesn't kill the coin's value entirely. As always, the exact value of a coin depends on factors like its condition, the demand in the market, and whether it has any other unique features. If you've got a 1956 wheat penny and you're unsure of its worth, it's a good idea to take it to a professional appraiser or coin dealer who can give you an accurate assessment. Next up, the 1948 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. What makes this one special? The front side is in good condition while the back side is dirty. How does that affect its value in today's market? The 1948 wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln, and from the looks of this one, the front side is in good condition. We can see Lincoln's image fairly clearly, and the details in the coin's design are still sharp. A coin in this condition typically has little to no noticeable wear on the raised areas, making it much more valuable than one in poor condition. However, as we flip the coin over to the reverse side, we can see it's in a dirty condition. It's not uncommon to find coins with dirt or tarnish on the back, especially if they've been stored improperly or have been in circulation for a long time. The dirt here doesn't necessarily affect the overall authenticity of the coin, but it does impact its visual appeal and collector value. Now, how does this mix of a good front and dirty back affect its value? Well, the front side, in good condition, helps preserve some of the coin's overall worth, but the dirty back can lower its market value slightly. Still, don't expect it to be worth nothing, it's just not as valuable as a completely well-preserved example. In today's market, a 1948 wheat penny with no mint mark and in good condition on the front might be worth anywhere between 10 to 15 cents, but with the backside being dirty, the value will be slightly lower, probably falling in the 5 to 10 cent range. It's still more than face value, but the dirt does affect its appeal to collectors. Now, if you're thinking about cleaning that dirty backside to improve the coin's appearance, I'd advise caution. While it may look tempting to clean it up, be aware that cleaning coins can sometimes do more harm than good. Cleaning can remove the natural patina of the coin, making it less attractive to serious collectors, and possibly reducing its value. Ultimately, the value of your 1948 wheat penny will depend on more than just its condition. Market demand, the rarity of the coin, and other factors play a role too. If you think you've got something special, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser for a more accurate assessment. So, there you have it, the 1948 wheat penny with no mint mark, featuring a good condition front side and a dirty back side. While the coin may be worth anywhere from 5 to 15 cents, depending on its overall condition, it's still a piece of American history that's worth hanging on to. Be sure to check your change, as you never know what kind of hidden treasures you might find. Next up, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark. This one is in very fine condition, so how much is it worth in today's market? First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1944 wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln series, featuring the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front. The ICD mint mark tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which adds a bit of rarity to the coin. Now, the mint mark is important, D, for Denver, because it means this coin came from one of the most significant mints in the US production system. The 1944 D penny is one of the more common varieties of the year, but in very fine condition, it still holds some real value. WS. In very fine condition, you'll notice that the raised elements of the coin, like Lincoln's beard, hair, and the wheat stalks on the reverse side, are clearly visible with some light wear. There might be a slight amount of smoothing, but the details are still sharp, which is key to its value. So, how much is this coin worth today? In very fine condition, a 1944 wheat penny with a D mint mark can typically be valued between 50 cents to $1.50. The value can vary depending on factors like overall demand, market trends, and the coin's exact appearance. But in general, this is a solid value for a coin that was made over 80 years ago. Even though the 1944 D is a relatively common penny, when it's in great condition like this, it can attract attention from serious collectors who appreciate its historical significance and sharp details. For comparison, if you were to find a 1944 D wheat penny in mint state, with no wear, and in perfect condition, it could be worth several dollars, perhaps even $5 to $10 or more. But for the most part, a very fine 1944D is still a valuable coin, especially if you're a collector looking for nice examples from this era. As with all coins, prices can fluctuate depending on where you sell it. Online marketplaces, auctions, and coin dealers will all have slightly different pricing depending on demand and availability. So, there you have it. The 1944 wheat penny with a D mint mark in very fine condition is worth between 50 cents to $1.50 in today's market, with higher potential depending on its exact quality and collector interest. If you happen to find one in your pocket change, be sure to check the condition, because that little coin could be worth more than you think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you and next time. Happy collecting!